Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Yoga Flow with Christy. Let us begin this powerful, fiery practice with a moment of stillness. So sitting on your mat, maybe place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take a moment to connect. Connect to your body, the sensations that you're feeling. Let your face soften. Allow your jaw to relax so that we can begin this strong practice from a place of softness. Although we'll be making shapes with our body and moving, sometimes moving vigorously, the practice of yoga is really just a coming home to a feeling of softness and stillness that allows you to have better access to that soft, subtle voice inside. Take your right hand, reach it up and over your right ear, using your left hand for support. And then switch sides, big inhale, feel that stretch through your left side body. And then placing your left hand on your right knee, take a gentle twist, making your spine as tall as possible as you look over your right shoulder. And then switching sides. Moving back through center. Come into a table. Set yourself up with your hands underneath your shoulders and knees, underneath your hips. On your next breath in, drop your belly, look up. And then rounding out your spine as you press the ground away from you. Exhale. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, broaden across the collarbones. Exhaling, pressing the ground away. Find some movement, allow for this to freestyle a little bit as you move through these cat-cows. Just noticing where there might be stiffness, either in your physical body or maybe in your emotional body. And then when you're ready, reaching left arm forward, right knee back. We'll take some bird dogs. Reaching forward on the inhale as you extend the right leg back. And then exhaling, hugging in, contracting in. Last time, reach it forward and then bending the right leg, catching onto the top of that foot with the left hand to open and create a gentle back bend. If possible, maybe look up over the left shoulder and then release, reset. Beautiful. Come down onto your belly, extending both arms back towards your feet. Come up into your locust pose. Really squeeze the tips of your shoulder blades, waking up your backside body. And then inhale, reach fingertips forward, and then swim them back. Again, inhale, forward, long. Arms are straight. Exhale, keep the legs lifted, zip them up. Last time, forward, reaching. And then bring hands by low ribs, come up into a supported cobra. Exhale, undulate your spine down. Pressing back up into hands and knees. This time, extend the left leg back and the right arm forward. Drawing the belly in away from the floor as you contract in elbow to knee. Keep the foot flexed, keep the fingers spread wide. Exhale, tight ball. Last time forward, reaching and lifting. Now catch the top of that left foot and then using the leg to kick into the hand, open across the front of the chest. Drawing in and away from the floor, not allowing gravity to pull you down. Always looking for a little uplift. Come back through center. Curl the toes under and just hover your knees 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Squeeze the belly towards the spine. Feel an awakening and the intensity that this brings on as your core starts to fire up. Can you find more length through the spine as you stay and breathe? Generous inhales through the nose. And then exhale it downward facing dog. Well done. Find a little movement in your down dog. Pedal out the left leg, sending the right heel deep towards the floor, and then switching sides. Maybe give your head a shake, yes. Head a shake, no. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide and your hands are pressing forward and down. And on your next breath in, reach that right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips, And on your exhale, bring that right knee to your chest. We're going to tap it to the mat for 3, for 2, drive it high. Last one, bring it back into your chest, and then step it forward. Bring your left knee to the mat. Sweep your arms up by your ears, Anjalayasana. If it feels good in your body, hook your thumbs and invite a gentle back bend here without forcing or pushing. On your next exhale, you'll frame your right foot and then press and straighten that right leg to come into a runner's lunge. Just be gentle with that stubborn hamstring. We don't need to force or push. Just notice where you need to breathe a little deeper, keeping the right foot flexed. Inhale forward, curl your back toes, sweep the right arm to the sky. With your inhale, I want you to lengthen from crown to heel. Exhale, open up in the twist. Step it to high plank pose. Take a chaturanga. Back up into your high plank. Knees are a great option here. Press down and then upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Use your core to lift your hips up and back. On your next breath in, sweep that left leg way up high. Bend the knees, stack and open so the left heel comes towards right glute. And then exhaling, bring the thigh close to the chest, shoulders over wrists. We tap the mat lightly for 3, for 2. Really press down, make space, look forward, and step that left foot between your hands. Let the right knee kiss down. Sweep the arms up, hook the thumbs the opposite way, so the non-dominant way. Just noticing here, not forcing or pushing, noticing your tendencies. If you tend to push all the time, or hesitate often, come forward and press and straighten that left leg into your runner's lunge. Just exploring your malleability, both physically and emotionally. Inhale, come forward, curl those right toes under, lift the back leg, sweep the left arm to the sky. Big inhale here. And it's the exhale that allows you to twist open. Frame your left foot, step it forward, ragdoll at the top of your mat. Take a moment to think about what brought you to your yoga practice today. What is it that you're here to tap into, that you want to create? And then release the hands, take a half lift, inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it, extended mountain. Hands through heart center. And release them by your sides. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale, fold it forward. Half lift, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and then step it back, high plank pose. Drop it to chaturanga. Move through upward facing dog, new fresh air, downward facing dog. Keep sending the tops of your hips up and back. Keep sending your heels down to the floor. And on your next breath in, lift the heels, bend the knees like you're spring loading them, and then take a little hop to the top of your mat. Catch the inhale breath, lift up halfway, and release it. Root through the feet, extended mountain, you rise. Draw the belly in as you fold it and pour out every last bit of air. Half lift, feel your side body long. Chaturanga, you can step or shoot it back. Up dog, root the pointer finger and thumb down. Down dog, empty. Set your eyes between your heels. Get focused. Stay committed to this practice. Lift the heels, bend the knees, hop it forward. Half lift when you get there. Exhale, let it go. Rise up, extended mountain pose. Spread the fingers wide, look up to your hands, and then sit into your chair pose. Bring the big toes to touch. Let your heels be slightly apart. Pause here for a moment. Just let the tailbone tuck down towards the feet and bring a little bit more weight into your heels. Last breath in and fold it. Let it go. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, you flow. Press back up as an option into high plank, back to chaturanga, then down, upward facing to downward facing. Right away, step your right foot forward between your hands and lift up into warrior one. That back left foot pivots. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back, open your heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring the outside of the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. On your next breath in, come back up into your warrior one. And then exhale, frame your right foot and move through the vinyasa, or just meet us in downward facing dog. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. From your downward facing, send your left foot forward, pivot and anchor through the right foot, warrior one. Exhale, interlace the hands the non-dominant way. Open your heart, breathe in. Exhale, you bow. Press the four corners of both feet into the mat. That's your stability. And then from that place, inhale back up to warrior one. Frame the left foot and move through high to low plank, up dog, into your downward facing. Pause for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, lift those heels, bend the knees, take a little leap of faith, come to the top of your mat, half lift, exhale, bow. Rise all the way up to stand extended mountain, and again, sit into your chair pose. This time, big inhale. Pulse here for 10, 9, squeezing it in, letting the tailbone drop back for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and fold forward. Belly to thighs and chin to chest. Inhale, half lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe you add in a little pump push-up. Open your heart, up dog. Lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step that right foot forward on empty. Rise up on your inhale breath. And right back to the floor you go. Maybe you take a little float, drop to the knees, or bypass this vinyasa altogether. We'll meet in down dog. When you get there on empty, you'll step that left foot forward, anchor through the right, follow your fingertips to the sky with your gaze. Exhale, to the floor you go. Elbows in towards rib cage, up dog, and up and back you go. Downward facing dog. You guys are doing so well. I am so proud of you. Keep pressing your hands forward and down. On your next inhale, step, hop, or walk to the top of your mat. Half lift, scoop the belly, fold deeply. Bend deep into your chair and exhale, release it. Half lift, shoulders back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, lift the thighs, press the tops of the feet down. Down dog, empty. Step that right foot forward, warrior one, rise up. This time open wide, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, stretch it way back. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Plant, root, and lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing. Lift those hips, down dog, empty. On empty, you'll step the left foot forward, root down, rise, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale to go back and cartwheel the hands. High to low plank. Take a new full inhale in your upward facing dog and then open up those knees, child's pose. You guys are doing so well. Go ahead and take that right hand, thread it underneath your left armpit, bring your right ear to the mat. Keep allowing your hips to sink back towards your heels. Soften your gaze and take it to the second side. Feeling the opening across your upper and mid-back, across your shoulder. Come back through center. Press up, downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, inhale that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee across to your left tricep. Can you touch it? Inhale, lift. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold it here in the twist, and then open up into your fallen triangle. Keep pressing your right hand down, your left foot down, and then see if you can express open even more. Come back to your three-legged down dog. Bend that knee, stack your hips, open up, and then let's get a little playful here. Can you bring your right hand to your right hip? If you fall over, that's where we're going anyway. Flip over your dog, root through your feet, reach your right arm forward and down, and then exhale, spin it to high plank. And then we'll go right into our side plank. pressing the right hand down, lifting the left leg. If possible, you really want to keep pressing down to lift the pelvis high. Really create some sort of expression, whatever that means to you, through the poses we're doing. Guide that left foot to the top of your mat, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. Inhale, back up into crescent. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale, reach both arms forward on the diagonal, and then exhale, you'll bring your hands through heart center and take the twist, hooking the outside of your right elbow to the outside of your left leg. Keep spinning your right inner thigh towards the sky, and then turn your gaze down to your left big toe. With grace, can you step both feet beside each other into your seated prayer twist? Deepen into the pose, and then on your next inhale, come back to Utkatasana, chair pose. We pulse 5, 4, weights in your heels, 3, beautiful work. Last one here, and then extend the right leg back for your airplane pose. Let's take a little pulse here, in and down with the left leg, rooting through the left foot, keeping the torso and that right leg firm and lifted. Pulse, and then chair. Release it forward. Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, you flow with the option to pump out a push-up or just step back to downward facing dog. You guys are doing so well. Send that left leg up and back. Bring the left knee across to the right tricep. Can you touch it? Inhale, find space and freedom. Bring the knee across again. Touch. Lift and lengthen. Big inhale. And then pause here. Pivot that left foot flat. Right foot flat. Reach the right hand way up high. Can you keep that left leg hovering? And then exhale back to your 3-legged down dog. Stack your hips this time, opening up your body with the option to flip over into your flip dog. Really open the heart here. Send the hips high. Reach the left fingertips forward and down. Spinning back to your high plank pose. And then right into your side plank. Well done. So many beautiful options here. You can have a forearm down. You can have your left knee or your right knee on the mat. Wherever you are, find your right knee and see if you can guide it to the top of your mat for crescent lunge. When you get there, cactus your arms on your exhale, open your heart. Back up into crescent, lengthen. Sweep the arms back for arrowhead, squeeze the triceps. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, hands come through heart center for the twist. From your crown to that back left heel, get as long as you possibly can. Draw the belly in and away from that right thigh. Look down to your right foot and step both feet together at the top of your mat. Letting the tailbone drop down, lifting the pubic bone as you maybe open your arms wide like wings to really facilitate a nice long twist. Take one more big inhale. And then come back to chair. And why not? Let's pulse it out. Stay for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I was wrong. 1, 2, and now fold it. Take it to your airplane. Keep spinning the inner thigh up on that left leg as you bend deeply and pulse into the right thigh. You guys have got this. I know you can do it. Keep the heart open. Keep your drishti set at one spot, not moving. And then fold forward over your thighs. Release down. Scoop up your big toes with your middle and index fingers. Take a half lift and using your elbows, draw them wide to create a deep fold over your legs. Your legs can be as bent as you need them to be here. Just be soft. Recognize the effort and the ease needed in this work. And then set up for crow pose. We'll take an arm balance. Plant your palms under your shoulders, bring your knees into your armpits, and see if you can lift one or both feet up off the mat. Doesn't matter if you get there today. Shoot it back, step it back, crawl it back, move through the vinyasa, and we'll all meet in down dog. When you get to your downward facing dog, right leg high, bring that thigh into your chest. One more time, tap the knee, lift it back up and step it forward. We'll take warrior 1. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale, take a big right side body stretch. Reverse your warrior and come right into your extended side angle. The magic in this pose is that planted left foot. Really press down so that you can spin the heart open. Stay low in the lunge on the right leg. Maybe you can take that left hand behind to your right hip crease. Or maybe you can reach underneath your right thigh and take a full bind. Just stay and breathe generously. We won't be here forever. Bring both hands down to the mat. And then spin onto the pinky edge side of both feet as you reach your right arm back up to the sky. So this is nice in the hip and the IT band. Exhale, drop the hips, reach the right hand towards the left foot. Inhale, spin up and over, lifting the pelvis. 2 more times like that. Good. And this time you'll plant that hand at the front of your mat. Come back to face forward. Option to drop your left knee down to the mat. Lizard pose. Maybe you bring your forearms down to the mat. If that's too intense, stay up on your palms and just be gentle with these stubborn hips. Create a little bit of movement, but wherever possible, soften your face, soften your jaw. And then option to bend that back left knee and reach for the foot with your right hand, creating a bit of a twist and a back bend here, opening and kicking into the right hand to create a stretch across the front of the chest. And then release that, and as gently as possible, make your way to down dog. Inhale, undulate forward into a high plank. Exhale, low push-up. And then back through up dog to downward facing. Lift the left leg way up high. Bring the knee to your chest. Option to tap it down and then lift it high before you step it between the hands. Come up into your warrior one. Open here, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, exalted warrior. Big left side body stretch. And then you'll come into your extended side angle. Remember, the magic is in that planted right foot. I know the intensity on the left side is a lot, that you're holding this lunge. Keep pressing both feet down. And then option to create a little bit of playfulness, a little expression by maybe creating a half bind. See if a full bind is there for you. You can always use a towel or a strap. Open your heart, lift your heart high. Create a long line from crown to foot, and then look down, bringing both hands to the inside of that left foot as you spin onto the pinky edge side of both feet. You might need to shimmy that left foot down your mat a little bit, and then drop the hips, reach for your back right foot. Inhaling, lifting the pelvis and reaching over the left ear. Good. 2 more times, creating space, length, mobility. Motion is lotion. Plant both hands at the top of your mat. Option, of course, to drop the back right knee and come down onto your forearms, or stay lifted onto both palms. Breathing softly and gently. Take one last long breath into your body. And then slowly, as you exhale, option to bend that right knee, catching the foot in your hand, kicking the foot into the palm of your hand as you open through the heart, the chest, the shoulders, the armpits. Maybe turn your gaze up over that left shoulder. And gently release, make your way to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in into your high plank pose. Lower down halfway, press the ground away from you, back up to high plank, and then slowly lower onto your belly. Beautiful work, you guys. Set up for locust pose. You'll sweep your arms behind you. You'll lift your feet, your knees, your hands, your heart. Squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades together to broaden the collarbones. Zip up the inner line of your legs, and then gently release it. Stack your palms, let your forehead rest. Maybe windshield wiper out your legs side to side. You guys are doing so well. Release the feet back down to the mat. Anchor through the tops of your feet as you lift your heart for cobra. Exhale, drop the right shoulder towards the center of your mat. Look over your left. Inhale back through center and take it to the second side. Inhale back through center. Come all the way down. Slide your hands by your low ribs. Press back. Come into a kneeling position. Sweep your arms behind you. Then lift your pelvis. Open your heart, your shoulders. Let your head fall back. Come on forward. Meet me in a downward facing dog. And then make your way to the top of your mat. Either hop, step, or walk. When you get there, half lift. Exhale, release it. You'll scoop up your right big toe with your middle and index fingers. See if you can come all the way up to stand, bringing that foot with you. If that's too much, you just grab a hold of your knee. That's perfect. We'll challenge our balance, gazing over our left fingertips as we open the right hip towards the right side. Bringing that big leg back through center. Keep it lifted, biceps by your ears. Let's pulse 3, 2. Inhale, send that leg over the left leg. Sit into your chair pose as you twist your right arm under your left. So your legs might hook at the knees and the elbows. They might also hook at the wrists and the ankles. What's most important here is that you set a drishti and that you feel that strong connection to your core. Start to hinge forward and then unravel back to your airplane pose. We've been here before. Take a moment to really open up. Then bring your palms to heart center. Send your left fingertips down to the floor or a block for half moon. The magic in this pose is that lifted right leg. So really firm it up. Send it high. It'll counterbalance the weight of your torso. Both palms come to the mat. Bring that right knee into your thigh. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward as you lift that leg up and back. Do that 2 more times. A little contraction through the core as you bring your thigh into your chest. And then place it beside the left foot and fold. Let's take gorilla here. Step onto your palms all the way up to your wrists. Let your feet be about hip width apart. And then when you feel complete, you'll release your palms from underneath your hands. Scoop up your big toe with that left middle and index finger, and then guide the leg open towards the left as your gaze goes right. Keep pressing down. We're slowly shrinking, all of us. So really press down to get tall. Extend the leg forward. We pulse 3, 2, and 1. Eagle pose, wrapping that left leg on top of the right, left arm under the right. Keep lifting the elbows in line with your shoulders. Keep dropping the tailbone down. Inhale into your airplane pose. Belly lifted away from ground. Hands through heart center. Half moon. So allow there to be an opening across that whole right side body, as much as there is on the left side body. And then fingertips come to the floor as you hug the knee into your chest. Exhale. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Last time like this, hug in. Lengthen out. And step both feet together at the top of your mat. Slowly, one bone at a time, start to roll your spine up to stand. Allow your shoulders to roll back and allow your head to land. We'll set up for tree pose. So take tree pose on the right. The foot can be a kickstand. It can come into your shin or maybe come all the way up to your inner thigh. Tree pose is such a beautiful, symbolic yogi posture, reminding us that our roots are strong, deep connection to earth. Our body, our trunk, also strong but malleable. And our branches grow, and they can be tossed by storms that come, but they always come back to upright because of our deep, strong connection to self and to the earth. Keep lifting in your heart, pressing your foot down. If you haven't already, you switch sides. And release. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Take a giant step back with that left foot. Come into warrior 1 on the right side. We'll open to warrior 2. Exhale, reverse back. Big right side body stretch. Stretch back so much that you straighten out your right leg. And then Trikonasana, bring your right hand down to a block or the outside of that right foot. Spin open to the left. Allow there to be some water behind the knee joints. Exhale, look down, and step that left foot halfway up your mat. Take a halfway lift to lengthen out of your waist, lifting your right side body, pyramid pose, deep fold. Stay here or place that left hand in front of your right foot as you spin open, revolved pyramid, stacking your right shoulder on top of your left shoulder, keeping that left heel anchored firmly into the mat. Beautiful work. Step both feet together at the top of your mat. Give it a little shake. And when you're ready, take a big step to the back of your mat with that right foot to come into warrior one. Open warrior two. Reverse it back. Stay here and exhale. And then inhale, straighten out that left leg. Triangle pose. Second side. You want to try and get your left side body just as long as your right side body. So what do you need to do? Maybe you need to lift up a tiny bit more. Shorten the distance from your right ribs to your right hip. Look down, both hands down. Step that right foot halfway up your mat for pyramid. Doing your best to square off your hips, drawing the left belly back, drawing the right hip forward. And then option to come into your revolved pyramid. Bringing the right hand in front of the left foot or onto a block is nice. You want to try and get your spine as long as possible here. Keep that right heel rooted into the earth. Exhale, step it forward to the top of your mat. And then just come into a seated position for boat pose. You can have your feet lifted or toes on the mat. Let's move through a few cycles of low boat, reaching the arms behind you. Exhale, come back up into a high boat. Inhale, press your low back down. Exhale, up you go. Inhale, belly draws to spine. Exhale, low boat, long spine. You've got this. Keep going. Hug and lift it up. And release it onto your mat. Beautiful work. You'll bend your knees and come into a bridge pose. Shimmy your shoulders together underneath you. Walk your fingertips so that they interlace. Use the whole backs of your arms to press into the earth to lift your pelvis just a little bit higher. Chin towards chest, but imagine you had a soft, juicy peach under your chin, so there's no constriction there. Pelvis is lifting. Glutes are strong. Legs zip in towards one another. And gently come down to the mat. Let your knees windshield wiper side to side. I am so proud of you. Cactus out your arms. Feel this twist in your spine. And come to Supta Baddha Konasana, letting the soles of your feet touch and your knees open wide like a book. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Draw your knees into your chest, happy baby. Rock side to side. Acknowledge yourself for this incredible work you've done today. Acknowledge your beautiful, miraculous body. And when you feel complete here, take the backs of your legs. Start to rock and roll up and down your mat. Send your right leg to the sky. And as you breathe out, we'll set up for half pigeon. So this is a deep hip opener. If this is too much, you can just stay right on your back for thread the needle, crossing your right ankle over your left thigh, and then pulling the left thigh in towards your chest. Otherwise, half pigeon, working to square the hips towards the floor, staying present despite the intensity of this deep hip opener. Continue to breathe. Continue to stay in your body. And then slowly make your way to the second side. Press yourself to downward facing dog. Inhaling that left leg to the sky. And exhaling, bringing that left knee towards your left wrist and softening your upper body over the shin. Allow for that busy chatter in your mind to be quiet, to be still. Just be in your body, perfect as it is right now. Slowly come onto your left hip and swing your right leg around in front. Remove the flesh from underneath your sits bones, and then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reaching for your shins, your feet, whatever you've got. We'll take a forward fold here. Inhale, half lift, and exhale. See if you can fold just a little bit deeper, allowing your back to round. So you feel this in your low back and your cervical spine. And then very slowly, we'll take a supine twist, sending both knees over towards the left, turning your gaze towards the right. Letting your shoulders be heavy. Switching sides. Deep breaths in and out. Last little bit of effort will be to wrap your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, lift your head and shoulders, and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze into a tight, tight little ball. Shavasana, your final resting pose. This is the true work. Let yourself be still. Let your jaw be soft. Let your eyes be soft.